3 words for you. Fora de série. Today I'm going to talk about the Fusca Cintra 959. A successful design course became a living legend for a young man. Andre Cintra, the creator of the Cintra 959. Andre's connection with the VW Fusca was predestined. Even before he was born, his maternity ward was decorated with Fusca paraphernalia, like Fusca stuff everywhere. And most profound, he was born on January 20th. This would eventually become National Fusca Day down here in Brazil. So very cool. 1988, Andre was a young 15-year-old boy, you know, doing what 15-year-old boys do. Spending most of his time after school drawing cars and reading car magazines, you know, putting posters up on his wall of awesome cars that he wished he could have. So one afternoon, one beautiful Brazilian afternoon, Andre's amigo came over with a flyer with an advertisement on it of a design course, a challenge to get into a design course taught by Brazilian legend Anicio Campo. Well, young Andre's heart went flitter flapper pap, pap flipper flapper. Well, his heart started beating really great and he got super excited and he sent off some of his drawings for evaluation to see if he could get in. So he spent like 4 heart-wrenching weeks of anticipation waiting for this to come back, and finally he got the call. He was accepted, even despite his young age, 15 years old. Well, pretty soon he was there in class, meeting Anicio, the legend, meeting all his classmates that were pretty much older than him. I think he was pretty much the youngest student there. It was a hand-selected group of 15 kids that were accepted to come have this workshop. As the weeks passed, the class evolved and developed their ideas as they always do. And then one day, Anicio came to the class and gave them all a challenge for homework. Go home, come up with a design based on the Brazilian Fusca. Give him some type of design based on the little iconic Fusca. Well, the class all went home that night and Andre sat at his little desk, racking his brain, trying to figure out what in the world can he do. Several sketches turned into half a dozen, turned into 24 sketches, and nothing was clicking, nothing was feeling right, nothing at all. And finally there's that moment as a young artist where you're just like, start to stare off into space. I'm sure anybody that's an artist or does artwork or even YouTube videos knows that moment. You're just, you zone out, you just stare off. And as his eyes drifted out and upwards, he started staring at a picture, a poster he had on the wall of a Porsche 959 Rally. Very cool car. And it clicked. It dawned on him. The little light bulb went off. Bing! You know, that little stroke of brilliance came to him. That little muse just sung inside him. And he thought, what if I could merge the two together? If I could just put them together like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, just smash them together and make them one awesome thing. I really want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich now. My goodness. Well, he came up with numerous sketches, several sketches, and out of these, he selected 4 of them that he returned as his homework. Anicio absolutely fell in love with the Cintra 959 design. Anicio loved the practicality idea of the transformation. It was very doable, it was very easy to attain. And the 959 at the time being the pinnacle of Porsche, it was great to smash them together. It was a stroke of brilliance and a very humorous design, very fun. After this workshop, Anicio and Andre became really close amigos. Andre became somewhat of an intern for Anicio. Anicio invited Andre down to the Daycon factory and work on the next successor to the Nick, the Chubby. The Chubby, I love that name. This was developed over a VW Santana. During the school holidays, Andre went with Inicio almost every single day to work on that car, to learn from the sculptors, to learn from Inicio, and really hone his craft. And time marches forward, but the Fusca Cintra 959 never left the table, never left the conversation. It was something that just kind of stuck in their mind. And then one day, a beautiful afternoon in 1991, Inicio visited the residence of the Cintras. And there, after dinner, having a conversation with Andre's father, the three men decided to roll up their sleeves and get it done. They rented a warehouse, they bought a little 1989 Fusca, I want to say, and they got to work. And using polyurethane or, expanded foam, they sculpted the car using eye and hand. They just eyed it, and they sculpted this car over an adventure of like a year. They worked on this and then took a beautiful mold. They made such a good mold that it lasts to this day. One of the real difficulties of this sculpt was the headlights. The plan was to use an original Porsche 959 headlights. But when they went to the Daycon factory and saw the prices of one of these headlights, it was almost the same price as what they paid for their Fusca. It was out of the question. They would have to get innovative with their own creativity, come up with a miracle with their own two hands, and they did. They used what they had to get what they wanted. Very beautiful. And if you look at that, it's a very nice front end. Andre's father, Mr. Jose, was a guiding hand, the support, the wind in Andre's sails that helped get this thing done. He was there in the trenches, sculpting along with Andre, making this thing a reality. And when Andre graduated architect college, and Andre's father was so proud of this little car they had built together, his son's little dream that became real, that he had it displayed at his home office. I mean, that is so cool. How many of you car guys would love to have that? I would. Personally, I think that's dope. That's awesome. Dope. It's awesome. To say this car was a media sensation is kind of an understatement. People went crazy when they saw this. When it was pulled out of its mold and displayed for a small press and family and friends, there was a huge uproar of people just thinking it was amazing. It's a fun design. It's not, Adamo, Puma, Ferris, they all took their builds like so serious, like they wanted it to be a Ferrari. I mean, even Ferris having the deal with Gucci, they wanted to be something high class. And Andre, with his youthfulness, came up with something fun. When you look at that, that's really fun on the eyes. And you just imagine whipping around corners and just like smiling a big cheesy smile. I like it. This kid got hundreds of letters for this vehicle. Everybody praising it, everybody loving it, and he even got an order for one. In '93, he built the second car, which, when your baby goes out to its new home, you often lose touch with it, so he never knew where that went. But then he built himself a third car, and he kept the first and second for a long time until like 2020, where he sold them off. I don't know what possessed him to do that. Probably just getting old and thinking, well, I just sell them off. Somebody that loves them. Well, time marches on, relentlessly pushing forward. But one day, out of the blue, Andre got a call from a collector that knew where all three cars were. This awesome dude, Rodrigo Belina, tracked down all three cars like a great detective. All three cars were purchased by a collector in Camboriú, Brazil. They're slated for restoration, although I haven't been able to find any information about the condition of all three cars, of what's been happening. I know the molds were so well done that they made a fourth car. It was supposed to be a race car, but honestly, I haven't found much else about it, where it's been and what it's been up to. If anybody out there knows, please let me know in the comments. You know, I think the thing about this car is it was born 20 years too late. If it had come out in 1972, this would have been a huge success. Right along the Gorgel or the Bugger, you know, this would have been awesome. People would have loved this. I bet the sales would have been up in the couple of thousands, to say the least. I really love these FORA de Séries. Thank you guys for stopping by, watching it. I really appreciate it. But like I always say, I'll see you on the flip side. Até a próxima. Ciao, ciao.